Do you want to know how to drop a V2 rocket and the newly released Vanguard? Well, if you watch this video, you're going to know exactly how to do that. I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips on how to drop a nuke in Call of Duty Vanguard. Hey guys, what is going on? It is your boy J King, and today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to drop a nuke in Call of Duty Vanguard. This game just released, and I know you guys are probably wondering, how are we going to drop these V2 rockets? Well, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to be going over 5 tips on how you can drop a nuke in Vanguard, pretty much ranging from class setups to actually how you're playing in-game. And make sure you stick around for tip number 5, as I think that is the biggest mistake that people are making when they are trying to drop nukes. Before we begin the video, I just want to say thank you for all the support on the channel recently. I know I've been taking a break, but now we're back in full swing on Vanguard. I'm going to be pumping out a lot of content for you guys, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. Also, if this video helps you at all, make sure to leave a like and a subscription. I do appreciate all the support, and without further ado, let's get into it. So the first tip I have for you guys is pretty basic, but it's really one of the most important parts, is make sure that you have the right settings. This should be the first thing you do when you load into pretty much any new game. Make sure you go into the settings, make sure everything is fine-tuned and adjusted for you. Make sure to carry over your sensitivities for prior Call of Duties, everything from mouse to keyboard to controller, dead zones, things like that. Also, if you are on PC, make sure you enable NVIDIA DLSS and also NVIDIA Reflex. Those are really 2 important settings that you must enable. It's going to give you the best FPS, but also the lowest input lag, and that's really going to help your gameplay. But overall, just go into the settings, fine-tune it, make sure it's something that you're comfortable with from prior Call of Duties. Make sure you're running the same sensitivity so your muscle memory is there, and then you should be ready to load into the game. Now, tip number 2 is go into the game with the right class. You unlock this at level 4, so you don't have to play too many games with the preset classes, but this is essentially so you have the best shot to drop a nuke when you go on those streaks. If you're using the best combinations of weapons, attachments, perks, equipment, it's going to give you the best possible shot to do that. I'm going to be doing an entire video on this with the best class setups in Vanguard, including the best guns and what attachments you should be running on them. But as for right now, the MP40 and the STG-44 are the best guns, and it's pretty nice because they are the first guns that you actually unlock. Honestly, the preset classes for these 2 guns aren't that bad, so I would recommend rocking with those preset classes until you get those gun levels up enough to where you can put different attachments on them. The STG is definitely better at long range. It has a really good time to kill, pretty low recoil, and decent range. It's going to make it a pretty viable AR. MP40 is pretty good as well. It's pretty slow firing, but the damage and range I think make up for this, makes it a pretty decent SMG that you can even use at longer ranges. So rock with these 2 guns for right now, level those up, and I'm going to be giving you guys a more detailed class setup video in the future. Now, tip number 3 is going to be running the right kill streaks. Again, I'm going to be going over this in the future class setup videos, but as for right now, run UAVs off the rip. You're probably loading into the game and you don't know what the maps are, you don't know where people are coming from, and UAVs are just going to help you learn the map, learn where enemies are coming from, and pretty much learn the rhythm of how these maps play. Whenever you do unlock it, I believe it's pretty late into the progression system, but the advanced UAV is definitely a must that you must run. I forget what they actually call it in game. It's pretty weird, but it's pretty much the last score streak on the score streak tab, and basically that's going to help you see where enemies are pretty much at all times, and that's going to definitely help you on your streak. It is 12 kills to unlock, but it's definitely worth it. As far as the best kill streak setup for right now, I'm thinking War Machine, either UAV or dogs, and then the advanced UAV. The advanced UAV and War Machine are going to be unlocked later once you level up, but I think those are the best combination of score streaks that are going to pretty much help you drop those nukes. Again, I'm going to be going over this in the future class setup videos on exactly how to use those kill streaks, but as for right now, run UAVs off the rip and then work to unlock those other kill streaks that I mentioned, and you're going to have the best possible chance for a nuke. Now, tip number 4 is to get a rhythm going when you start off a match, and this is going to depend on what pacing you're actually playing. There's 3 different pacing styles in Vanguard. Tactical is pretty much the standard 6v6 pacing style. Assault is a step above that. I believe it's usually around 8v8, and then Blitz is going to be the most chaotic with the most amount of players. That's usually around 12v12. And all of these player counts pretty much vary by map. So how you should be playing when you're actually in the game to drop a nuke is going to depend on what pacing style you are playing. If you're playing Blitz, probably using an AR and trying to take long-range engagements is going to be best. Trying to go on a 25 gun streak with up to 18 players in the lobby on the other team, that is going to be pretty difficult. So staying back, trying to play with cover, try to play with your teammates is probably going to be the best option for you there. If you're playing standard, I do recommend trying to get aggressive early on in the map. It's going to help you gain that rhythm, get the rhythm on your your gunfights, know where the enemies are coming from, and help you build those kill streaks that I mentioned before. Then once you start to get into that 10 to 12 kill range, that's when you're going to be getting those kill streaks, and then you're going to pretty much go on the nuke streak from there. So if you're playing Blitz, try to play a little slower, try to take some long range engagements, play with your teammates. It's going to be easy for you to get caught out and get killed. But if you're playing standard, try to get aggressive early, try to get map control. You're going to be able to know where the enemies are coming from there. You're going to build your kill streaks, and then you're going to be on the nuke streak from there. Now, tip number 5 is pretty much the biggest mistake that people make when trying to drop nukes in pretty much any Call of Duty. And this tip is, do not change your playstyle when you go on a streak. A lot of people will go on a streak, get a 15 or 20 kill streak, and then they get nervous and start to slow down because they don't want to get caught out and they don't want to get shot in the back. This is actually a pretty big mistake that I see people making. It's actually pretty detrimental to your streak. What this does, it essentially takes you out of your rhythm. If you were playing aggressive before you went on the streak and then you suddenly get 15 kills, you're obviously doing something right. You obviously have map control. You're predicting where the enemies are. So do not change that up. If you're playing aggressive, continue playing aggressive. And also, if you are playing more of a slow play style, don't get all excited and then run out into spawn and then get killed by 6 people all at once. So the overall tip here is, do not change your play style once you go on the streak. I know it's easy to get nervous, but continue playing the way that you were playing before. Stay in the rhythm. That was the tip from number 4. You want to have a rhythm. You want to be able to predict where enemies are, and if you're changing your play style, you're not going to be able to do that. So in review, you need to have the right setup, and this is going to come down to the right settings, the right kill streaks, and the right class setups. Again, I'm going to be doing an entire videos on all of these in the future. Once you get into the game, it's going to depend on what pacing style you are playing. If you're playing Blitz, play more slow, play more passive, try to take on long range engagements, play with your teammates. But if you're playing standard, get in their face, try to get some map control, try to get some spawn knowledge, and then build those kill streaks from there. Then once you actually go on a kill streak, don't change how you're playing, don't change your play style, continue playing how you were playing. If you do so, it's going to mess up your rhythm and you're going to die off your nuke streak. So anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Stay tuned for more content on Vanguard just like this, and I will see you guys in the next one.